Hello everybody, my name is Kenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be checking out the lyric video for the song Rainbow by Highlight. This is a song for their 16th anniversary. Um, Before we get into this, I'm going to be using a lyric video that was taken from the Stone Music Entertainment video. Um, and then English, I think Romanized lyrics. I'm just looking at the title there. English Romanized lyrics and Thai were added. The original one that I was originally going to look at from the Stone Music Entertainment page, it didn't have any English lyrics, and while I don't always like mind if a song doesn't have English lyrics and stuff like that, um, because this is an anniversary song, I'm assuming it's going to be like very sentimental, very special. So I did want to try and see as much of the lyrics as I could. Um, so that's the reason I'm choosing this video version of the video to react to, rather than the original. This was these subtitles were made by Adam, and then like a smiley face with like a sharp smiley face. I'll link this in the description because they did take the effort and time to translate this. They did say in the description that it might contain inaccuracies, and some things are translated in a different way for better understanding. And they said they did their best and stuff, which I really appreciate because translations like this they take a lot of work, so I appreciate it. Pause warning before we get into this. As usual, I pause as much as I feel like it. Um, it's always my spiel. I am autistic. I do often need time to process things. Um, Even then, I still often struggle. But if that's okay with you, then I hope you enjoy this. If this is not for you, that is totally okay. You don't have to stay. Um, I'm just saying right now, I don't know how much I'm going to pause. I might pause a lot. I might not pause at all. Um, but yeah, yeah. So without any further ado, we're going to be checking out Rainbow right now. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, I'm gonna go back because I just heard a sound. We're gonna go back. Um, so Dujun here is starting this. It's very sentimental. Um, it's interesting because it's sentimental in a way, with the music. Um, the music has this kind of almost band slash musical theater fusion kind of feel to it. Like I could imagine Dujun being like on a stage, like in a scene of a play or something, singing this. Um, it's very interesting. He begins obviously by saying, I think it's "Don't be sorry." You don't have to be sorry. I'm serious. This is not your fault. Um, I was expecting like a maybe a fan song or something, um, but yet here we seem to have like a really a still like a really heartfelt. Not that fan songs aren't heartfelt, but heartfelt in a romantic way and in a relationship kind of way. Um, that seems different from kind of a fan song. Um, then we kind of go here with the, it's all passing by, all just passing by, and I guess I suppose there is a romance in uh not like a Delulu romance before anyone misinterprets that, but there is like a sense of a relationship, I guess, between like an artist and their fans, especially one as long as 16 years. Um, But yeah, it feels a lot more romantic than just your standard average fan song. Sorry, I was struggling with my words there. Um, which is really interesting. I did like this here about you just have to stay the same. Because again, with a period of time such as 16 years, you know, if we're taking the fun song kind of aspect of it, um, you know, we all change constantly. Um, and so there there's that little thing, a little bit there of um, don't change too drastically, kind of you know, keep following kind of us or keep staying with us. Um, yeah, this is really nice so far, and it's oh, I like that. Oh, Gikwang. I'm sorry, just the and the way it's so soft. It's almost like there's almost like an uncertainty, a vulnerability in there. Ah, and they're really like he talks about a warm light. I think I just saw there in the lyric, in the translated lyric, but like his voice just feels really warm. I need to know. I'm coming back. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I love that. I love the way. No, I'm gonna listen to that again. I love the way that we went from the softness of that delivery, and then for that dum 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 into the drums in the background. Sorry, I forgot the word for a second. Um, we had him just give like everything, which it really works with the lyric here. I can't fill it up even if I fill it up. The idea that this love, this relationship, this emotion that you have for this person, for these people, in terms of like if you take it as the fan song, um, the idea that you can give everything and still have more to give because you can never fill up that person's heart. Um, it's such a beautiful lyric. It's almost you know, when you see like in couples that have been together like 50, 60 years, a lot of them, you know, it's a lot of them will tell you that the secret to their relationship and the longevity of their relationship is never kind of giving up on showing affection, showing love, and you know, acts of love and things like that. Because if you get into a relationship and then you just start treating it as a fixture of your life, like you wake up, oh, I wake up next to someone, I go to work, I go to da da da, it becomes commonplace. And I think that's why in those cases a lot of those relationships fall apart, because you don't keep, it's almost like maintenance. It's weird to say maintenance, it's something so industrial, but like because you don't fill it up, because you don't keep that love maintained, that love and affection refreshed and fresh, it falls apart. And I think this is a perfect line with the longevity of Beast and now Highlight, because when you think of all that has gone through the kind of the career of these guys, you know, we had 6 members, now down to 4. We had a name change, you know, a label move, all of that kind of stuff. Any one of those things could have been a reason for Beauty and now Lights to just kind of go, oh, too much drama. Okay, I'm done, you know, and move on. But this lyric, and I'm sorry, I'm hyperfixating on it a bit. I apologize, but the fact that there's this acknowledgement here from Gi Kwang about how he can't fill it up even if he, you know, even if he's trying and he is, you know, constantly working to do so. It shows a humbleness, it shows a gratefulness, and it shows a real affection, not just for beauty lights, but also for his craft as well. Because when you think about it, he could still, and all the members could still be musicians and performers, even if they didn't have a fan base. You know what I mean? Like they could still work for their music, they could still work for their singing and things like that. Obviously, they're working for that and also for the love of the fans as well. But it's that I feel like it's multi-layered, and I love that. I'm gonna listen to this again, and then we're gonna go into straight into the chorus, I think. Unless my brain decides to say something else. I'm gonna go back again. Sorry. It's so good. Ooh. I'm sorry, I have to pause. I have to talk about this. I love your rainbow embroidered with rain and sky. And then there's this lyric here, you complete me. Obviously, rain can be seen as like the hard times. Sky can be seen as the clear days, the fresh days, the calming days, and you can't have one without the other. And again, it's like exactly what I was saying earlier. With everything that happened to Beast and Highlight, it could have been an easy case of people just going like, okay, I'm done. Have a nice day now. I'm going. But people stayed. People, and people like myself have joined since. And so you have this beautiful symbiosis of fan and artist that really is unique. Because when you think about like K-pop in general, you've got K-pop, every like 5 years or something a new generation starts, and you get your people that liked first gen and second gen, maybe they've left by now. Maybe people that have started with second and third, they've left or they've come in. Third, fourth, fifth, same kind of thing. I know lots of people that have maybe left for fifth. Maybe they feel like they've outgrown it, or they're not, the music's not to their taste anymore. All of these things happen in such a very quick amount of time. When you think about 5 years is nothing, and so when you think about 16 years, that is such a hell of a lot of time, and shows the symbiosis and equal respect that artist has for fan and fan has for artist here. I love again with this metaphor of a rainbow. It's because I think it's because we stay together, like I'm saying we, that we get out of that rain to that clear sky and that beautiful rainbow. The rainbow here obviously symbolizing your kind of uh, gold at the end of the rainbow kind of trope, and mythology and kind of thing, that dream that we're all reaching for and stuff like that. I love that. I also love that Donghoon is leading this chorus. Obviously, I think when I paused it, we were going from Donghoon to Yosop, but the way that this has been structured so far, Dujun to Gikwang to Donghoon to Yosop, it feels it feels like so far the way it's been distributed line wise, it's even more proving that point of sticking together, because it feels more of that symbiotic relationship, more of that connective relationship. Obviously, we've talked about in previous reactions about like how songs were crafted around Yosop, or were centered around Yosop, however we want to talk about it. And I like that for a song like this, we're already getting so much balance between the members, um, and Donghoon sounds amazing. They all have sounded amazing so far, but I'm loving that he's getting such a center spot in this chorus right now. Um, sorry. Ooh, beautiful. I'm gonna go back because I want to hear that like that drum part again. I think Yosop basically just said what I said. It took so long to say it, but I think he just said exactly what I was just saying. Oh, the vocals, and I love the way that we passed from Yosop there to Gikwang for that. I'll call it like a transitionary section between the chorus and the, I'm assuming, next verse. But this is stunning. Again, there's such a humbleness to this. You know, we've both in Dongwon's part and also Yosop's part, we've had in both references, obviously, to Light being the fan base, and it's so humbling to hear because they're talking about like the light that we are the people shining on them rather than them shining on us, which is interesting when you think about the fact that in the reality of it, they're the stars, they're the ones that you know because of their talent, because of their togetherness. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to word this. We there is a kind of pedestaling. We do idolize these people. So the idea that they would idolize us is very humble, and it's very nice to hear. There was another lyric. I want to see if I can just find it really quickly. It was about raindrops hurting. Uh, uh, Here. Um, was And so what I was getting from that is, again, even after all of the struggles and things like that they've gone through as a group, um, and all the hurt that they've gone through, I think the fact that the word hurt is there, and I am aware that I'm pretty sure the word hurt was there in Korean as well, specifically, um, it makes it hits me a little bit more, because raindrops, yes, they're an inconvenience in reality, but that idea that they hurt, like that to me would more be like hail than raindrops. But then at the end of it, there's someone there to hug and support. And I love that. I am just gonna go back a little bit though, um, just here. And that softness there. Oh, beautiful. Ooh. Oh, that twist on the earlier I can't fill it even if I fill it. Now we can't empty all of these memories, empty all the emotions that we felt. Um, that twist, beautifully done. But that twist, oh, because like I've said throughout this, you know, you've got the good and you've got the bad, but like there's a in general when we say like we can't forget things and stuff like that, we often I guess you do use it for both, but a lot of the times it's used in a positive way, like, oh, I'll never forget this moment, this night, this day, whatever. Um, but it does have such a tinge of sadness when you pair it with Dujun's earlier lyric about not being able to hold on to the passage of time and this idea that something that's precious we can't see. I took from this part the idea that you never know what you have until it's gone. Um, and I feel like this song has been maybe very reflective and retrospective for the group, for the guys, in being able to see and maybe conceptualize this whole 16 years. Because like when they started as six as Beast, um, you know, they were very young. And so they're definitely, you know, and this is not a criticism of because everyone I feel like is like this when we're young. I say this as if I'm old. I'm not old yet, but when we're younger, you know, we don't see the connectiveness of our actions. We don't see the joy in a lot of things that we do until they're gone, until you know they've passed or we can't do them anymore. Um, and so there's this tinge of sadness I feel like of um, from here of um, not being able to appreciate it, not being able to here empty my heart and empty the thing is more I feel like a kind of giving back. I can't give back everything that has been given to me because obviously in the first section of the song we had we can't fill it up no matter how much we fill it up, and I feel like that is them saying to the fans like we're trying to give you the love that you're giving to us, and then here we can't give we can't empty it's basically saying we can't give you as much as you're giving us because you're giving us so much. That's how I'm taking that. If I'm wrong on that, please let me know. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the start of this verse and then we'll go into the chorus. Um, I love this drum. Love this part. Ooh. Ooh. It's the way, and this is what I'm talking about, like when I talk about like balance in a song, like the line distribution and stuff like that. The way that Dongwoon approached this chorus and the way that Kwang approached this, not just obviously tonally because they have different vocal timbres and vocal textures, but just the way that they approach the song, it's I can't even explain it. It's like if you took one of them out of that chorus, you'd still maybe enjoy the song, but you'd be missing something because of the uniqueness that they're bringing up. And I love that. I don't know. I just love the way that this has been like orchestrated. And I love the different takes because they're saying essentially the same thing, right? But I love the different takes on the same sentence. Um, I feel like it just makes it so even more sincere. I love it. Beautiful. Oh, with the shining light, I'm going to die. I missed this if this was in the first chorus. Ooh. Oh, of course, because light, when we think of light as a single color, but then obviously light itself is made up of all those different colors. Oh, I like that. If that was in the first chorus, I really appreciate, I really apologize rather for missing that. I love that. Again, it's that symbiosis of making something beautiful together. Ooh. Oh. Okay, you cannot tell me that this would not be amazing in a concert. Especially because I love the fact that this is an ensemble, ensemble, Yosop. I was talking about balance. Obviously, Yosop has been taking like a part of the chorus each time. But in terms of the whole song, I feel like that's been a little bit less of a part for him. So him getting this part here, I feel like is really nice. Because there's still that balance of here's the members, and in a concert I'm imagining everyone in the audience, but then there's Yosop as well. If I missed the changes between any other members, I apologize. I was so taken aback by the change up. That's why I'm coming back to it. Just make sure I am actually back. But I think that's if I'm right on that, that was so excellent of a way of balancing that part. I feel like yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay, no, that's done. Ignore me. This is why I watch things like I do, because I paused on Yosop and I wasn't processing it. I love it even more now. I know what I said before, and I still stand by that would have been a nice thing if that had been the way to done it. But no, this makes a lot more sense now. And if anyone has not watched this part and they stopped watching around when I said like, oh, this is Yosop's part, please still be here. Because now it makes a lot more sense, because I was thinking it would be a bit selfish. I was thinking for balance of like line distribution, I was like, this would work if it was just, but the fact that it's not just Yosop, I love it. I love it more because now it feels like an actual group, group and fan bonding session. Sounds weird, but like in a concert, that call and response and that interaction, it feels it. Sorry. Okay, this part is him, just him. Sorry, I love the fact that in the brackets they've credited, because the credits are obviously who was singing what part at the bottom, but I just love the plus ad-libs. Young Yosop. Ooh, this is different. Ooh, that guitar in the background. Oh, this is beautiful.
Because you complete me.
Oh, oh my God. Having Dujun end there, and the song there, I so I had this vision of like maybe the last song, the last part of the song after maybe the chorus because I wasn't paying attention, having a second like last chorus, with all of the members singing together and maybe even like an ensemble or something that you could like substitute for the audience in a live stage. Um, but I like this better. The way that they, it's almost like a deference to the leader because obviously, when you think of like the leader position, he in this case is the person that is the spokesperson for the group. He is the first point of contact for the group to the audience. Um, and even like in a business sense, you know, you've got that kind of, he's the one that talks to the company, he's the one that talks to da da da, you know, for the group. And I don't know if that's still the case now, but obviously that's how it probably would have been, um, um, with that kind of role. And so I love the fact that we go to him, because it almost is a reflection of his role as leader. And I love that so much. Oh, I love this. This is such a beautiful song. Um, yeah, I didn't know obviously at all what I was coming into with this, but oh my God, this was 4 minutes and 6 seconds long. Obviously, I paused it just a little bit at the end, um, just because it seems like the song has finished. Um, it was only 4 seconds rather than six, so I don't think I've missed anything with that. Um, but even for like all of my pausing, that didn't feel long. Like I know like a lot of us are like, oh my God, songs are like 2 minutes and 30 seconds now and stuff like that. But that didn't feel like, for the length that it didn't feel like it dragged on. It didn't feel like it was um stretched out or anything. There's some songs that you're like, and I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but especially because of the way like TikTok has been, you get like that good like chorus bridge in a certain song, and then the rest of the song is padded out to this 2 minutes and 30, and it's just empty noise. I'm not saying it's noise in terms of it sounds bad, but it's just empty. It's not anything the quality of the lyrics. And so for a song like this by Highlight to span double that effectively almost, um, you know, not fully double, but certainly a little bit more than this, and it just feeling and it having your attention for that amount of time, it shows it's in itself its own kind of like, this is why we've been here for 16 years. This is why we are still continuing to be relevant. We are still continuing to exist. Because like I said with K-pop, you know, 5 years is a long time. 7 years is a long time. I think 7 years is most contract lengths, right? So like you get to seven and you're like, whoa. And then you get Beast and Highlight now, and they've done the equivalent of a generation of K-pop's worth of work, and career existence. Then take on the like the 7 years of a contract. They've done the equivalent of not just 2 times that, but slightly more because obviously 7 to 8, 8 to 16, um, and you just see why. And I love the this song. It just, it could have been so cheesy. It could have been so um different than it was, and all I can say is it just feels sincere to me. Again, I apologize for the I'm gonna call it the middle eight, um, misattributing at the beginning. I think what happened to my little brain, because obviously I paused during Yosop's part and going into that final kind of chorus, my brain was stuck on that part and didn't kind of run it back. This is why I find this is just a little kind of not a sob story moment, but just like a real moment for you guys. This is why I find reacting very hard, because I struggle to keep up with things a lot, and I never want to show that kind of difficulty to you guys, if that makes sense. So that's why I try and avoid anything like that in reactions, wherever I can. Obviously, in this, I couldn't do that, but in general, I try to do that. Um, so I apologize for that. Um, it wasn't out of a place of like malice or anything like that. It's just purely my brain. If you imagine like a tape winder, the tape only has so much length. That's my brain, unfortunately. And yeah, it's not great at retaining things for as long as I'd like, and stuff like that. So I apologize for that. But back to the song, I loved the arrangement. I know I talked about it a lot. I loved the drums. I loved the classiness of the arrangement. I know that probably sounds weird to say the classiness of the arrangement, but it felt like it could have been like a set piece or like a set song in a musical or something. Um, and so when I say classiness, obviously there's a prestige associated with that kind of culture, musical theater culture. Um, and I feel like this would so work in that. Um, I really, really enjoyed this. Um, Again, I think the biggest thing for me is how balanced this was. Like, take away all of the song, all of the structure of the song, all of the meaning of the song, stuff like that. Um, this song I don't think would have worked in the same way if the balance wasn't right. Um, yeah, I definitely feel like showing that connectiveness and that togetherness of the group um, would have been undermined if, say, for instance, that every chorus Yosef had everything in the chorus, and then everyone else was dotted around here, there, and everywhere. Um, and I'm saying that because historically, that's what a lot of songs, arguably, were set up around. Um, and I think it shows a great maturity as well, because um, obviously they've been doing this over time as well. But the fact that we're here and they're accepting, they're able to accept and control what they want out of things, I think is amazing, is an amazing thing. I hope that I'm struggling with my words. Can you tell? But you know what I mean. Like the fact that they're able to control what they do and show every part of their group, not just here's one person and then here's a scattering of others. The fact that they're able to say, no, here's all of us, all of our chess pieces on the ground and on the table. Um, I think that's so important. I loved this a lot. What a great song. Um, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this with me. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Um, and yeah, please feel free to comment in the comments below. I hate doing this, but if you liked the video, like the video. Most important is if you genuinely want it, and if you genuinely want to, please feel free to comment, because I love chatting to you guys about what we reacted to. Um, I have been, full disclosure, I have been feeling a little bit sad of late, um, about my content in general, and yeah, so if you want to talk, feel free to, but no pressure to. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. Bye.